For as long as there's been a Ronkonkoma branch, customers have had to rely on a single track to carry them along the 18-mile stretch between Farmingdale and Ronkonkoma. That's right, with the exception of about 5 miles worth of double track in mostly siding and station track areas, one of the LIRR's core branches is served by only one track, which means that if there's any kind of service disruption, everything stops. With 7 stations in between, it's a long way to travel with little or no flexibility. And if you've ever been in such a situation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's about to change. With a second track to be installed in 2 phases over the next several years, reliability on the Ronkonkoma branch will increase. This added flexibility will better serve Long Island customers and make it much easier to recover from a problem. The second track will improve transportation options, improve on-time performance, foster economic opportunity, and create sorely needed construction jobs. And the double-track project will be completed entirely within land the LIRR already owns. No property taking will be required to complete it.
In both east and west directions, there's a lot of development going on along the corridor. There's development at MacArthur Airport. There's the Wyandanch Rising transit-oriented development. There's the Ronkonkoma Hub project. There is the Heartland development in the town of Islip. And there is smart growth development, both residential and commercial development that's being planned on the 110 corridor at the site of the former Republic Station. So each of these projects really supports and gives greater value to all the other projects, and the region as a whole benefits by receiving all of these projects. And the tie that binds this region together, the ribbon, if you will, is the double track project on the Long Island Railroad.
Now, this whole notion of a second track is far from new. In fact, it's been on the long-term to-do list of the LIRR and part of the region's vision for economic vitality for decades. Prior to 1988, the stretch from Hicksville to Ronkonkoma was a diesel-only, non-electrified branch. During construction to electrify the line, the LIRR planned for a potential second track by installing things like additional substations. The time to finish the job is now. With crowded trains and fragile scheduling, the need for a second track has never been greater.
This is an opportunity for us to really change the shape of this region. Look behind us. That's what we've got to change. We've got to bring that back into a new transit-oriented development. We've got to see housing, commercial, retail opportunities. We've got to see jobs for young people. We have to see housing for young people to keep them on Long Island. And that's really what we have when we start building this double track. It is an absolute opportunity to change the way we deliver our railroad services to customers.
And this is one project that Long Island's elected officials on both sides of the aisle all agree on and are supporting.
Now, we know that bringing jobs to Long Island will get our economy back in the roll. This will create over 300 jobs and more than 1,000 indirect jobs right here on Long Island.
I think the double track project is the most significant project in our region. Too often in our region, projects get slowed or stalled or just stopped dead in their tracks. That will help us grow. There is an opportunity now with double track coming in to create a real transportation and development hub around the 110 corridor, where now people who are living along the Ronkonkoma line and in these new transit-oriented developments will be able to access this regional jobs hub without having to get into a car.
For the town of Abilene, we're excited about double track, not only to help us in terms of the development that we're doing along the double track, particularly at the Wyandanch Rising project, but what the exciting news could be for the East Farmingdale Route 110 corridor with the potential to get Republic train station back open.
Double track is a great investment for Suffolk County. It's a great return on our investment. All the tax dollars we sent to Albany, it's great to see this money coming back home. The increase of service, the half-hour service, I'm sure that a lot of the riders will be very grateful for that. It just makes us more competitive. This is all positive, and my residents in the 3rd Senate District are very happy right now to see this well underway.
This affords us a more robust transportation system, a more robust LIRR, connects some of the airport and other transit-related hubs together.
This is going to be a significant enhancement, and I really commend the Long Island Railroad taking this proactive stance.
The project will be built in 2 phases. Phase 1 includes the environmental review, preliminary design of the entire project, and construction of the 4-mile segment between Ronkonkoma and Central Islip, built mostly on the north side of the existing track within the existing right-of-way. Phase 1 is already funded and scheduled for completion by late 2016. Phase 2 is expected to be completed 2 years later. It'll add a second track from Central Islip all the way to Farmingdale, built on the south side of the existing track within the existing right-of-way. This point is worth noting again. The second track will be completed entirely within the existing LIRR right-of-way. Having a full second track will finally give Ronkonkoma branch customers the service enhancements they've wanted. Half-hourly off-peak service in both directions, more choices for those who commute between stations on Long Island, better service reliability, improved on-time performance on the Ronkonkoma branch to make commuting by rail more dependable, better service and connections to Long Island's MacArthur Airport, and an opportunity to reopen the LIRR's Republic Station to service the busy Route 110 employment corridor. All of these improvements will open new opportunities for the traveling public and provide a chance to leave the car behind while creating hundreds of construction jobs for Long Islanders. Double Track gives our greatest resource, our people, more options to get to work, to enjoy their free time, or just to explore our great island. The second track will help make Long Island more commuter-friendly and LIRR service more dependable. Come along for the ride.